Project we're going to be attempting here is repair of a Miss Pac-Man cocktail table. The game is operational as far as the main board. I can hear the gameplay going on, but we have a dead monitor. It does some playing around with the monitor chassis. I think I have a dead heater in my picture tube. So what I'm going to attempt to do here is convert this over to an LCD monitor. I've gone online and I've purchased the converter here, GBS8200 CGA to VGA converter, along with a generic power supply to pick up a 5-volt power for the converter. And I've also got a Dell 19-inch monitor that I picked up for easily 10 bucks at the thrift store. I did hook it up to my computer this morning to verify that it is operational, and hopefully, if everything goes well, the hardest parts here will just be rigging the mounting of the monitor in the chassis in place of the tube, and figuring out the wiring for the converter, because they give you absolutely no instructions with it. Stay tuned. Okay, just a little rundown of the preliminary wiring I got here to check functionality. I've got my 120 volt and neutral line wired into the inlet of this noise suppressor here. And I've got the line running over here to my power supply, where I've tapped off my 5 volts power the converter board. The converter board is wired into the monitor signal off the game. I've got my red, green, blue, and ground, vertical sync, horizontal sync, and I connected these I soldered these ferrules onto the end of the wires so that I could basically use them as pins to push them into the factory connector, so I didn't have to cut anything here. This can be put back to factory at a later date if somebody wanted to put this back to a tube configuration. That's it for the wiring. And after power on, here we are. A few minor adjustments on the board. There's plenty of documentation and videos online that show you how to access the menus, but here we go. Just had to do a slight adjustment on the vertical and horizontal positions. Now it's just a matter of figuring out the physical mounting of the board in place of the tube here. Not going to bore you with the details, but there we go.